Hello guys, kindly check this out. When I say individual, nothing happens, but when I say company, it brings out the company name. So if I'm an individual, I fill just the first name and last name, but if I'm a company, I have the chance to add the company name. So that is that. So let's look at this and submit. We get all being displayed to us. Likewise, without doing anything, we can just click submit. Gives us the error message tree type is required. So without further delay, so let's develop this using React hooks and Tailwind. If you want to type along with me, kindly install npm install Tailwind css/forms, then 2 npm install React hook form. Now let's take the first one, the Tailwind CSS forms. You realize that when you go there, let's go to Google, you go to npm. After installing it, you go to npm Tailwind css/forms. Good. So over there, you go to the you go down. Where is the hand? Good. This is the plugin. You copy the require, then you go to tailwind.config.js. Then you paste it there at the plugin. You paste it here. So this is my require Tailwind/forms. Then you can begin now. So that is that, guys. With all said and done, let's begin. Thank you very much. Let's begin by creating 2 folders in the SRC folder. Call the first one assets. Then call the second one components. Now, let's take the first one, assets folder. Now, this application has no images or spinach, so we leave it blank. Go to the second one, components. Now, with components, let's create a file and call it radio app.js. Good. Now, it's RAFCE, get a boilerplate, then instead of ordinary div, we say reactive fragment, and inside that we can create a section. Then inside the section we can have our div now and say hello. Let's link that to the app.js to view on the screen. Go to app.js, then we call radio app. That import it. We say import what radio. Get from where components, then radio app. That's that. Now let's check our browsers to see if we got hello on the screen. Great, we got hello on the screen. Now let's reposition everything so we can begin. Good, let's close the app.js. Good, now instead of hello, let's cut it and create a form. Okay, so inside the form, let's create a div now. Now we need a background, our background what? So we say bg, let me give it bg, what's new? Gray 400. Let's give it width. Let's give it full. Okay, and then let's give it height and give it 96. Good. So our area is ready. Now I want it to have some margin. So let's give it mx what 5. Okay. Good. Let's give some margin top MT. Let's give it 20. Good. Let's make it rounded. Good. Let's make it LG. Good. So our area is ready. So what do we do next? Now inside the area, let's create the main place I want us to work, which is a div. Okay. So inside that div, let's create another div. Get div. So inside this div, divide a div into the area into three parts. Okay, so we say grid, and then we say grid calls 3. Good. Okay, So that is that. So let's create a div and give the first one, call it 1. Okay, I'm going to use colors to start building. Okay, then inside that we can say bg what, green 400. Good. Then so that is that. So that's going to take, and when we copy this, good. So we can have the second one called what? What is the name? Blue. Blue. Okay. I prefer to start building this way so I can get my aligning right. So what we're going to do is we need to use the full width of this. So let's give it call span 2. We can use the second one. We use all of it. Now in the meantime, let's give it all of them how do you call it, mx class name, and I give it mx5 so that they all get look nicer. Okay, good. So next, what do we do? Let's give some margin tab 2. Let's give it 5. Let's see. Okay, let's make it pt5. Good. So that is that. Okay. Now our lesson is ready. So we're gonna put the names here, then we can put the inputs buttons, inputs listeners here. Okay, so we're gonna start with the 1. So let's take the 1. Let's give it a div. Then inside that, let's give it a p tag. A p tag, we say trade type. Good. Now trade type, let's give it okay, this is the green div, so let's give it, why don't we give this width and height? Let's give it full and height. Let's give it what, 12. Let's see. Good. Nice. Let's make it centered, so we can say class name, we say flex, justify what, end, then make it item center. Good. So item center didn't work. If that, then let's add the height to it. You say height, what's the name? The height is 12, right? Good. So now it's working. So that is that. Now the 2, let's work on the 2. Second one 2. Now second one 2, I said we need 2 things. We need a div, then we need an input tag, and a name. Okay, so over here we need an input tag, so we say let's create, we have a div, so we need to say input tag, then we need a name. Okay, so the name will be up. Good. Name here, so let's call it p tag, then let's give it what, individual. Good. So that is that. Good. Now the input type is a radio. Okay, so let's continue with a type equals what, radio. Good. So radio, what do we do over here? Let's give it what, class name flex. Good. Then let's item center it. So we say items center, then what, the height, it has to see the height, so h12. Good. So it has taken the same height. Let's give some spacing. space x, let's give it 2. Good. So that is that. And let's make it the other way around. Let's copy the p type to the bottom of it's the other way around. The button first. So that is that. Now let's give it some space here. I think the space between the green and the blue, let's go to the green and the blue. Yeah, the gap, that'll be a great gap. Let's give it 5. Good. So that is that. Now let's add the second button to it. So we're going to copy this again. Copy it, go down, paste it there. Good. So that is that. The second one is going to be what? Company. Yeah. Now with the company, so we need to flex it. So we go to the blue, and over there we can say flex, so that both of them will flex. Say flex. Then let's give it some space and a space. So space x, let's give it 2. 2 is too small. Let's make it 5. Still too small. Let's make it 8. Okay, good. So that is that. So the next thing to do is to create the first name and company name, first name and last name. Okay. So now let's look at how we started. So the grade code 3, we copy the whole thing to create the second one. Okay. So we go to the green, right? Yeah. We go to the green, yeah. The green, this one. No. We go to the div, the bigger div. So we copy everything. Okay. Copy that. Then we create the next section, which is the what's the name? Which is the company name. Okay. So we say company section. Okay, so let's paste that. Good. So we take, so the first one is going to be company. So that is that. Now the second one is not a radio button, it's test. So the type is going to be what? Test. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need the second one too. This D, we don't need it. We can take it off. Good. Anything else? Yeah, the spacing. I think the height is okay. Items, and I will need it. So that is that. So we can give it width, and we can say width. Make it what? Full. Good. There we go. Okay, let's do it with the input. So we say the class name is a width full. Then what? Let's make it rounded. LG. Then what again? Okay. Now let's give some margin tab. Okay. Get here. So we can say empty. Let's give it 10. Not too much. Let's give it 5. Good. So that is that. So what's the name? placeholder, company name. Yeah, that's the placeholder. So we can add placeholder to it. Placeholder, we say, what's the name? Company name. Good. So that is that. Company name. Good. So let's add the other ones to it. It's left with the first name and last name. So we can copy this. Let me check the div first. Good. Then we copy this. Then we create the various sessions. Okay, we go down. Next one is what? What's the name? First name. First name section. So this is gonna be what? First name. First name. Then the second one is going to be last name. Okay, so we copy the second one too. Good. Very good. And this is going to be last name. Last name. Good. So let's change it. Last name. Sorry. Good. Okay, so that is that. I can good. So you ready? Now next thing to do is to take the colors off. Okay, so then green, you just take them off. Then the blue. Good. Next one. Good. Then who else? Blue. Good. Yeah, very important. The button. Okay. So let's do the button. Good. So the button with let me write that. BTT1. Sorry, BTTON. Good. So that is that. The button. This one. Oh, sorry. The green side. We don't need anything there, so we can just leave it blank. Over here, you can leave it blank. Then the blue side, it is our button. We can now give it type. We say what? Submit. Then we have value. Okay. Value. We say what? Submit. Then the width. I don't need full. Let me just take 1/3 for the width. Oh, sorry. Good. So that is that. How about that? Good. Now, cool. How about 2? I thought. Yeah, there. Let's make it. Let's give it. Oh, sorry. Let's give it some height. Let's give it height. Let's give it 10. Let's give it rounded LG, and let's give it BG, a BG of red 500. Then we'll test white. Good. Test white. Then font semi bold. Yeah, good. This is font semi bold. Okay guys, that's that. So I think our application is ready. Now we need to make it responsive. Okay, it's not responsive, so responsive, we call MD. So let's go to the top. To make it responsive, we just go to the top here. So over here, let's give it MD, medium screen. Let's give it width 4/5. Then let's give it MX auto. Then at large screen, let's make it width 3/5, and let's give it LG what MX what auto. So here will be MD MX auto. So let's check that. You can see now this thing is also too much. The input width is too much, so let's decrease the input width too. So let's go to the where the input is. Okay, so where are you? Company session handle, we have the input tag here. So over here, the width, we say MD. We don't want full screen, give us width. So we say, no, let's do it at the its container. Okay, so we take here. Good. So we say give it here. Where's the container that holds all of them? Good. Yeah, that's it. Good. So over here we can say give us at MD, give us width 2/3. Okay. So that is that. Let's check it out. And this how I want it. So we do likewise for all. So I can just copy this. Then we go to the next one. The container. Where are you? Good. Here. Put it there. Next one too. Where are you? Container. Good. Next one too. I think like that. Yeah. So that is that for other screens. How about the submit button? Let's do likewise for that too. So it's now 2/3, so we can make it 1/3. When it's MD, we can say 1/3 width. Sorry, width 1/3. Yeah, so that's that. Let's check that out. Good. So that is that. Next thing I want us to do now is to go to React hooks forms. Then check it out. Now let's go to Google and go to React hook. Then inside that, let's go to where get started. Good. So npm install, like I said. Now what we need to do is to import. First thing, let's import the React hook form. Okay. So we do that. The next thing to do, let's const. Let's take this one too. Const register. Let's take that one too. Then add it. Good. Next thing, let's check it again. What do we need here? We need this one to the unsubmit. Unsubmit. So take the unsubmit. What do we do? Good, we put it there. Then on submit, let's change it to is console.log, but I want us to make it what's the name, JSON alerts, alert what, bracket. So we say JSON dot stringify bracket data. Yeah, okay, yeah, something like this. Good. So we can alert our data. Okay, so now let's take the form. Let's go back and go take the form. Okay, this form, the handle submit. So we copy that too. Then paste it. Okay. So on submit, handle submit is ready. Now what I need to do now is to, so let's check it out first. If we have, good, see we have empty data there. So now let's go take the register. Okay, now let's look for register. Good, we have an example here, so let's copy that. Good, so let's go and add it to our input. Okay, so input here was the company name. Okay, oh, so let's take it from the first one, the trade type. The trade type, where's the radio button? Good, the radio button is here. Good, and bring it down a little. Then we paste it there. Good, so the radio button individual, let's give it a value. Value equals what? Individual. So the register, we have the name trade type. Trade type. Okay, so required true. Let's give it a string that would say trade type. Trade type is what? Required. Good, so that is that. Now should there be, we copy that before we do the error, we handle the error. Okay, so let's copy that to the what's the name, the second trade type too. So we say over here, we say what? Type radio, then we can paste it here. Good, then do the editing. The value is going to be company. Then register trade type. Trade type is required. Then that's that. Okay, so I think we're done. So let's handle the error. Okay, so no, before that, let's do it for the rest too. Let's copy the distance, the register, and go to the, what's the name, the company name section. Okay, and we paste it there too. So over here we have register. It's no more trade type. It's gonna be what? Company name. Good, so likewise it's gonna be company name is required. COMP, company name is required. Good, so likewise you do for first name too. So right here we paste it, then we say this is what? First name. First name. Then we say first name is required. First name is required. Good. So likewise the last one. Good. registered, and here is going to be our last name. Then here last name, is required. Good. So that is that. Good. Now let's display the error message. So we go back to and look for the error message. Let's use this error message. Let's copy that. Good. Then we take it to, so over here we can just put it here. I can put it beneath here. Then I say this is what last name. Okay, so last name, what is the error name? Last name is going to be what? Last name. Good. And what span? So the span, let's make it dynamic. So over here we say, let's give it another bracket. Then we say errors dot last name dot message. Message. Good. So that is that. Let's give the span a class name. We say class name. Let's give it test. Let's say red 400. Then let's give it tests sm. So small. Okay. So what again? Let's check it out. So when I say submit, okay, it appears here. So last name is required. I want it beneath the input field. So let's go check that. So we copy that from here. Okay, let's cut it rather. Over here we have div call span 2. And inside that we have this, we say flex item center. So let's create a div, another div, then put it inside. So we say div, then we can say, good, so we put it here, then we can put the input inside. Okay, so the input, cut the input, cut it and put it inside the same div. Let's check that out. So submit. Yeah, that's it. Last name is required because we have it. So it needs 2 divs. Okay. So likewise we do for the next one too. We need another div. So over here, because of the flex, we need a container for their input. Okay, so we create a div. So create a div, then inside a div we copy the input, cut it rather, then paste it there. Okay, so that we can have the error message after the input. So let's copy the error message now. Good. Then we put it at the, what's the name? First name. Good. So after the input, I can put it there. So this one is going to be first name. First name and errors dot first name. Good. So likewise we do for the company too. We create a div for the input. So we say Control X, then div. Inside that, we paste it inside. Good. So let's get a message again. The error message. Yeah. Good. Copy that. Then we go to the, what's the name? The inputs. Again, let's paste it there. Then we change it, company name. Okay. Company name. Good. So we have here company name. So that is that. Good. Let's check that out. When we say submit, again, we have it there. Now last one left is the trade type. The background is a little deep, so the error message is a little not. So let's decrease the background a little. Let's say 200. And let's see. Good. I think this is better. Okay, so let's work on the last one, which is the error message for trade type. Okay, so likewise we go there to the trade type. Good. Let's locate it. The div. Good. The div for both of them. Good. So let's try and paste our error message here and see. Good. So we say trade type. Sorry, trade type. Good. So errors dot trade type. Trade type. Good. What did I do? What did I do on trade type? Good. So I think it's there. Let's check it out. So when we say submit, oh no, not there. Let's copy it from here. Man, this is mind blowing. Guys, forgive me, the design didn't cater for the error message, so what I'm going to do is to just make it absolute. Okay, so let's do that. So over here, I just put it here. This is the cost too. Okay, so we can just put it beneath here and say trade type, what the name, trade type error. Okay, so we say div, then inside that we put our error, then we give it class name equals absolute, then absolute we say top one, left what, one. Good. Let's make this thing relative, the relative to the what's the name, the input box. The over here we can say relative. Good. So that is there. Let's check that out. Good. No, the relative didn't work. I want the relative. No, I want the relative to this container. So relative to the white container or the gray container. Good. Any of them is cool. So we say here, we say relative. Can we add it to good here? Relative. So let's see. Good. So we can now shift it to beneath it. So we say top. Let me make it so I can see that and shift it. So we say come down. Where are you? Okay, top. Let's say 10. 10. Good. Let's say 11. Let's say 12. Good. So that is that. 12 left. Let's give it left 96. Yeah. Good. So let's 80. 80. Good. So that is that, guys. I'm so sorry I didn't take the error message design into. I think you get my drift. So let's take it from there. So now our required is working. So what we're gonna do next is to check it out. Yeah, let's just check it out. Run something and see. Good. You can see it gives us the individual, the company name, and the first name and the last name. So we're good to go. So now let's create a condition so that when you check individual, the company name disappears, and when you check company, the company name appears. Okay, so let's do that. So we use watch. Okay, what's the name? Yeah, this one, watch. So let's say over here we say come here, say handle company condition to appear. Okay, so that is that. So let's say const what is the name? Trait type. Yeah, trait type equals to watch bracket and trait type. Good. So that is that. So let's console.log trait type. So console.log trait type. Good. Now let's check it out. When we say company, let's look at it. What do we get? We get individual. Can I see company? Individual company. Okay, so that is that. So let's create a condition to display it. So we don't need, we can comment this, then close it, then go back to the code. Then over here we say the company section. Okay, where is the company name? Company section. Yeah. So over here we create a condition. So to create a condition we need another div. We make it bigger. To create a condition we need another div to handle the condition. Okay, so over here let's create another div. Let's cut it and say div. Good. So inside the div we can put our company section there. Good. Give us some space. So that is that. So now let's create the condition. So inside that we can say what's the name? So here we say trait type equals to company name sorry, trait type is called company. Okay, company, we have company and individual. So if trait type is called company and what? And the bracket display the div, this div. Okay, so we copy this div again, Okay, where are you? Okay, up there. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna copy it and put it inside. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so if trade type equals the company name and then you display the company name, the company section. Okay, so let's check it out. If I click company, see the company section pops up. Likewise, the individual. So that is that, guys. Catch you in the next one. Don't forget to do good. See ya.